Hello. Today we are going to make together focaccia bread, a delicious and tasty bread soaked in oil, extra virgin olive oil, and fresh olive rosemary leaves. We put a quantity of flour, and it should be. The flour is a mixture of white flour and whole wheat flour. This yields a better result because this will make a difference in the final taste of the bread. We add the amount of flour. I discussed it in detail in my ebook. We add 1 cup of water at a temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. We cover it for 10 minutes until the foam forms. Then we add the salt. And it is kneaded with a mixer. Added 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Using the mixer greatly simplifies the kneading process and ultimately yields satisfactory results. We add water according to the dough's needs. Water makes up about 60% of the dough. The amount may increase slightly or decrease based on the specific type of flour used in the recipe. And wheat? He who reaps in winter. Or in the summer. You can find all this information in my blog, Akbar. We knead until we get a dough, which is elastic in texture and does not adhere to the mixing bowl. The kneading should take between 3 to 5 minutes. We test it. We also leave it a little longer in the mixer until it becomes elastic. Then we carefully remove it from the mixing bowl and gently transfer it into the fermentation bowl for the next stage. While shaping it this way, we cover it and leave it for 30 minutes. This is the initial fermentation period. Then we prepare a container with a little water. And we fold the dough from the outer edges to the very center like this. Moving from the edges to the center, just fold. There's no pressing or kneading, we just flip it. We cover it and leave it for about 25 minutes. And this is the first time. For the initial fermentation, we then repeat the same process after 25 minutes. We also dip our fingers in water. Carefully fold the dough inward from the edges. Fold it this way. And I repeat, do not apply too much pressure to the dough, just gather it from the edges. To prepare the dish, place it at the bottom like this, cover it securely, and allow it to sit for 25 minutes. This is now the third time. We also do fold the edges, and gather them. And add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Condensed text. We refrigerated it for 12 to 14 hours. This is how it looks after taking it out of the fridge. Now we prepare. The dough is prepared for baking. We add about half a cup of olive oil. We flip it onto the baking tray. We place a plastic sheet and spread it out. At the fingertips, we don't just use the rolling pin. Expand it to cover the entire surface area of the tray that will be placed in the oven. And here we will cover it for a total of 25 minutes. Additionally, we have already preheated the tray in the oven during this time of 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, we transfer it from the parchment paper directly to the tray. We carefully adjust the shape just a little bit more. Then we generously sprinkle it with fresh rosemary leaves. so that the bread is infused with the delicious taste of rosemary. Then we place rings of tomato. Also the olives, and we sprinkle them with more of the remaining olive oil. And we carefully place it directly into the oven that has been preheated to the appropriate temperature for baking. 20 minutes spent at both the top and bottom settings at 220 degrees Celsius. This is how it looks while in the oven. And this is the final shape of the focaccia.